The problem with starting a YouTube animation channel is the oversaturation. We've got hundreds of individuals making their own channels right now, and while I do love to see a medium that I adore get so much attention, it doesn't make it easy for newcomers to stand out. But the way to break out of this is to do something new and different. So instead of a story about my life or a generic opinion on things, today I'm going to do a top 10 list video about favorite Pokemon. Let's go! Number 10. Charizard. Of course Charizard had to be on this list. First of all, Pokemon Red was the first game I ever played in this franchise, so Charizard will always hold a special place in my heart. But beyond just my nostalgia, who doesn't love a fire-breathing dragon that you get from the start of the game? And over 20 years later, I still don't think there's been a starter Pokemon that's as objectively cool as Charizard. Number 9. Tyranitar. This pseudo-legendary was probably the best Pokemon to come out of Generation 2. It's giant, it's tough, and boy does it pack a punch. Its appearance in the show was one of the most memorable episodes for me personally. All that, and my older brother really likes Tyranitar, and he'd beat me up if I didn't put it on my list. Number 8. Gorbis. Did you forget about this one? Yeah, I thought so. Number 7. Unknown. Now I know what you're thinking. Unknown isn't a very cool Pokemon. It's weak and boring. I used to think the exact same thing until I found out about Unknown's fascinating secret. You probably didn't know this, but there are actually 28 different forms of Unknown that all look like different letters of the alphabet. You can use them to spell out cool messages to your buddies. Number 6. Ditto. Everyone knows about Ditto. It's one of the most popular Pokemon. What I like most about Ditto is how unique the idea is. A pile of goo that can turn into something else? Unheard of. It's just one of those little additions that brought Pokemon Red and Blue from good to great. Number 5. Ash Ketchum. Yes, I know, another Pokemon from the first generation, but hey, Ash Ketchum was a favorite for every beginner Pokemon player. Though its attacks were usually pretty weak, its cuteness made up for it, which is why it's now one of the faces of the franchise. And if you ask me, the most fascinating part about this Pokemon is all of its regional variants. Haha, Nintendo, what will they think of next? Number 4. Togemon. I've always had a soft spot for grass types, and this one is no exception. Everyone remembers Togemon's big episode, Togemon in Toy Town. I remember being wowed when Mimi's Palmon angrily evolved so that it could beat Monsaemon. What an iconic moment. Number 3. A bird. One of the most realistic Pokemon. I've always appreciated the sense of normalcy that it brought to the games. It's always helped me imagine what Pokemon would... Number 2. Togekiss. I've always just liked Togekiss. I don't know why. This one isn't even a joke. I almost always have a Togekiss in my party. It was the first Pokemon I ever got to level 100. And before we get to number 1, let's take a look at some honorable mentions. And number 1, Pergenshu. This can't come as a surprise to you viewers. Everyone knew that Pergundo was going to be number 1. Even non-Pokemon fans recognize Pigabee. It's so popular in fact that it got its own game back in the 90s. Pokemon Yellow, Special Pumpkaboo Edition. Do you agree with our picks? Who's your favorite Pokemon? For more animations every couple weeks or so, be sure to subscribe to Lemur Grass Animations. Well, I'm sure you can tell that I'm pretty new at this and I just don't know what I'm doing. But I do want to improve the quality of my work, so feel free to give me any feedback or criticism you got. Thanks for watching and have a good one.